So it's been a couple months since I've uploaded to my personal channel. I try to do what YouTube wants me to do on my other channels, but on this channel, I do what I want to do. And because of that, I haven't uploaded for a little bit. But now, I'm going to do a setup tour because I moved recently and I moved my computer into an office space, which has been one of the most exciting things for me. And therefore, I figured because it's been a couple years and my computer setup has changed significantly enough since my last video showcasing my computer setup. And I should also add, I'm not much of a tech savvy person, so this is mostly just going to go over the aesthetics of my computer setup and not so much the specs. If you want computer specs, you can ask me on my live stream. And also, you can look at my last setup tour where I talked about my computer specs and the more internal things about my computer. That has changed slightly, and I have upgraded my computer slightly since the last setup tour, but again, if you want specs, comment down below, ask me on my Twitch live streams, that's fine. However, let's just get into things, starting from left to right. Well, actually, starting right here, we have a nice little studio light, which I'm not going to blind you with, and I don't blind myself with. Instead of shining it directly on my face, I actually bounce this studio light off the wall, so the light bounces off the wall and comes back to my face. That one, again, like I said just a couple seconds ago, does not blind me. That's the first purpose of it. And two, it's nice because I'm already pale as a ghost, so for that reason, if the light was shining directly on my face, I would look even more pale, and it would be even more embarrassing on YouTube videos and Twitch live streams. So bouncing it off the wall does a great service for my face and my face camera. As for my leftmost monitor here, I run my switch through that. So this isn't even technically part of my computer. This left monitor is just kind of a TV for my Switch, which you can see here. I have my Switch, a Pro controller, extra Joy-Cons, and where did it go? I think it's down here in the drawer here. I have a third controller, technically a fourth controller if you count the fact that there's a set of controllers on the Switch. So I have 4 controllers for my Switch total, which is honestly overkill. But moving on to the center of my computer setup, we've got the main monitor, monitor number 1. Sitting on top of it is honestly the hands down most underrated part of my computer setup, a $14 face cam, which only shoots in 720p. It's not that great. If you ever see me do my full screen face cam videos, you can tell the quality's lacking. But for $14, I mean, I'll take it. It's surprisingly good. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of this Logitech webcam. I forget exactly what it's called. It's like the Logitech 710 or something. I can put the actual name of it on screen now. But moving on to my microphone, I have a Blue Yeti mic with both a pop filter and a windscreen, so you have the best audio quality possible. And I have that set up actually on a boom arm, which I'll show you here. That boom arm is connected. Please forgive me for my poor cord management. The boom arm is connected to the back of my desk here, so it just stands up and sits perfectly above my monitor. That way I don't have to have it sitting on my desk in front of me, blocking anything or getting in the way of anything. It's just out of the way above me as I'm sitting here. And of course, everything's turned off now. God dang it. Oh, but I should probably talk about the monitors a little bit more in detail. I feel like I'm overgeneralizing things because I'm not a tech-savvy person, like I said. The left and right monitors are 21-inch 60Hz monitors. The middle monitor is a 23-inch 144Hz monitor. And I know a lot of people have moved on nowadays to 200+ Hertz monitors. But when I bought this a couple years ago, 144 Hertz kind of was the standard. So I'm happy with it still today. And honestly, I feel like for me, as someone who's not a professional like esports player, 144 Hertz is fine. So that's what I've been rocking with, and it does its job perfectly fine. I've had no complaints with these monitors, nor have I ever had to switch any of them out or replace them. Moving on to my accessories, I have the Logitech G Pro X as my keyboard, which is the newest addition to my PC setup, and I love it. I mean, it's not as good as a fully customizable keyboard or a homemade keyboard. However, I'm only recently getting into the custom keyboard world, as well as like what key switches are and the differences in those. The key switches I have on this are just the Kale Brown switches that Logitech sells with it. So I'm hoping, as I learn more about keyboards, I can maybe buy new switches to replace and test out. One of the ideas I had was copper switches, because I think those would be really cool. They're speed switches that'd be good for shooter games maybe. As for my headset, it is the PewDiePie Razer headset, but you can see the paint is chipping, which is kind of annoying. I mean, for full context and transparency, I've had this headset for 3-4 years, so I guess it's reasonable that the paint is chipping. Still annoying though. And as for my mouse that I'm currently using, it is the Zoe EC2A. I use it primarily for first-person shooter games, and actually here on the side, I have the Razer Naga Trinity, which I use for non-shooter games. And I also like this mostly for like MMO style games. As you see here, it almost looks like I broke the mouse because I was being a little too aggressive. I didn't break it. It's just a fully customizable mouse with magnets, and you can take off this siding and replace it with, say, a 12-button siding, and the magnets will connect, and now my mouse has 12 buttons on the side. I like using this mouse a lot. Don't use it all the time though, like I said, because I've been playing a lot of shooter games on stream, so I've been using this much lighter first-person shooter styled mouse. And I've already talked a lot about this third monitor, the fact that it's 60 hertz, but I just kind of use it for Twitch chat when I'm streaming and all of my side programs. One cool thing about it is I have a Wii sensor bar on the top for when I stream my Wii emulator. I have this tripod here with another face cam technically on it, but I don't use it as a face cam. I use it as a hand camera to record my mouse movement and hand movement when I'm playing a shooter game, because people like seeing that. And last but not least, my chair. It's just a basic office chair, but it's low-key the best thing in this setup, because some people, this is the nicest way I can put it, some people are very misinformed. I'm not going to call them stupid, I'll just say misinformed, because those like gamer chairs that are supposed to look like racing chairs are terrible for your back. So I got a just nice, comfortable, ergonomical office chair, and it is the best thing ever. $150, and it's beautiful, comfortable, and I've loved it for the last couple of months I've had it now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my whole setup. Not a lot of other things I can really point out. I have this fun little Pokemon mouse pad that's supposed to replicate or mimic the Last Supper, but instead of Jesus and his disciples, it's, legendary Pokemon. I feel like I'm getting too nitpicky and I don't want this video to be too long, so that's pretty much everything. If I miss something, maybe I'll re-record, or maybe I'll leave it in the comments, or you can ask comments and I'll just mention it down below. My desk is just a wooden block, which looks boring, but is honestly the best thing. I love it. It's huge. My PC sits right there. I have a nice little drawer that comes out like I showed you earlier right there. And then off to the side, I have a whiteboard that I write down video ideas on right there. So that's a lot of fun. I just stepped in something wet, which I don't appreciate. So I'm going to end the video with that. Yay, I'm angry. Anyways, that's all. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm going to go change my socks, and I will talk to you all later. Peace.